All right. What's up? What up, Chaos? Only 15 minutes late. What up, Uro? Today's kind of a specific day. Yeah, sorry I'm a little late, but I guess I should have updated. Basically, today I'm streaming just because of this match. I gotta get ready for vacation tomorrow. I'm gonna be gone for the week. I'll be back Saturday. Hi, friends. Obviously, that means this is gonna be kind of a lame stream. It's just a official best of 3 with Oats. So if you want to watch the restream, it's gonna be on SG3. But I'm gonna have mics and alerts muted. Yo, Mandu Sweat, Kazuro. Thank you. Appreciate your continued support. Thank you, friend. Mandu Falling. What up, Zanduro? What up, Joey? What up, Carrot? What up, Tony? I have to take care of some bracket related stuff as well. I'll probably do that after this. Yeah, I'll take care of the bracket after this match. I don't have time to look through all this. FF1 rando, huh? Is that what's going on right now? Speed Gaming 3. Oh yeah. Is there a match going on right now? SMC3. Gamma Chu versus Rainbow. Yo, what up, Mr. Crickets? What up, Pantatini? Dataplet? Omnilisk? Dataplet, get back here. Days since last 24 incident caused by Dataplet. Double check. Everyone's just like bugging Xylix for like art stuff now. Yo, let's go, Youch. When am I gonna fix it? I can't. Like, it breaks because there's just too much, like, StreamerBot. I think it's literally StreamerBot freaking out. And the problem is, I can't recreate. I can't like stress test my computer in the way that like you guys do. You know what I mean? I mean, it works. It works. And it actually turns off appropriately. But like, after it turns off, it like crashes. Yo, thanks, Senan. I won't have Sabo because I'm not on emulator. Yeah, I don't. There's not like an easy way to do it, Darg. I actually like sort of tested it in this Like the best I did was like I had multiple hotkeys, and I basically had like an auto fire like hotkey just spamming it, but like it wouldn't crash on that. So clearly it has something to do with retrieving the messages from the Twitch API and then processing it.
On the races today, Mandua, salute.
Yo, thank you, Vi. Appreciate it. Thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. All right, thanks, Eden. Alright, I'm having oat span first. Thank you, Tickles. Gotta make sure I don't have like any streams up randomly. Would not be good. Okay.
No cap. Patrol on.
No cap petroleum. Oh. The alert isn't going off. Let me fix that. There it is. There we go. Ooh. You guys ready for this? How do I want to do this? I'm banning double suit. Oats banned Varia movement, and I banned double suit. What do we start with? Metroids, no objectives, or Gravity 9+1? Let's start with Gravity 9+1. We're in for a clown fiesta, baby. It's gonna be a clown fiesta. We got I picked Gravity 9+1. We got the next two are no objectives and Metroids. Alright.
At Xylex Dragon, hope your first spot was lovely.
Barry. I'm gonna take this out of the title just in case. I said hopefully we get a photo finish with massive diversions. How perfect would that be? Alright guys, I'm muting you all. I love you all. Let's get a Gamba. Who wins game 1? Eddie, Oats. We said we can't 2-0 each other. If we 2-0 each other, that's bad content. Alright, friends. I'm going to be muting alerts. They'll still work, but I won't hear them and stuff, alright? Oh, it took my VIP. I better VIP Damionx as well. Next time I see him.
You earned a
Well, what's
bronze
watching
medal.
gonna do? Alright. Good luck, friends. Muting you all. GG. Alright. Put that stuff back on. Dude, I should have just went for the map right away. I don't know what I was thinking. It just really... Those are like pretty common criteria spots. Like, so I was like, well... Directly to the left and right of Ocean and directly to the left and right of Everest are like very common criteria ship locations. So I was just like, let's just do it. If I just went straight for the map, that would have been instant map. I screwed up at the beginning. I thought I was just gonna lose because of that. I forgot I had charge. Yo. GG. Want to talk above?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Hello.
Oops, Eddie. Welcome in.
What's up, GG? GG.
GG's.
Yeah, congratulations on a hard fought match between the two of you guys on both seeds. Eddie sneaking it there at the end with a time of 47:39. Oates not far behind either, just shy of 50 minutes at 49:58. To us, this came down to, as we observed, the checking Turian to see Metroid Room 4.
Oh.
Yeah, if you
I would like to get your guys' thoughts on that.
I see.
if you decide to go down there, like I feel like you're almost just playing for, I don't know. How did you play that, Eddie? Did you just go down and then you obviously run into room 4?
Yep. basically.
Yeah,
There's actually a save right before Main Street, which is
I
nice.
didn't, so I had to backtrack all the way back, and it's terrible to get back. So
So did you find M1 or M3 or M1 and then you bailed on Turian?
Yep.
Oh,
So I made that
hurts.
save because the beginning was so horrendous. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make a play for Norfair. Norfair is a large area. Wreck ship wasn't that large, so Torian's not gonna be that large of an area. I decided to go up and hope that Mother Brain and M4 were in Norfair.
I botched the early game because I forgot we had charge. So Croc strikes again. This keeps happening to me. So I actually like got confused. You must have taken an early lead because I started like checking like random doors, wondering like what I was supposed to do, and I just forgot we picked up charge for Croc. So I was like, oh god, we can do this.
Yeah, I was fighting Croc immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So,
must
I
have,
mean,
you must have
just-
gotten ahead of early then.
It just spiking Torian or spiking room 4 right there is there's nothing I can do about that if I don't do the same.
Yeah,
It's over.
it's over because it just works out perfectly, right? Because there's like, I saw Main Street, I'm like, oh, this map kind of sucks. I was gonna commit to it regardless, but there's not only that, there is a save like right before the room before Main Street, the top.
Yep.
That's actually a save room connector, so it's like doubly perfect, essentially worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just
Yeah,
ran
I,
into before. It's pretty crazy.
There's another possibility that I could have done is revert all the way back without gravity. I found gravity. I went into Norfair, way to the map, whatever. It was horrendous. And then I made the huge loop back. And then I could have reverted all the way back without gravity and probably still beat you. But yeah, it was just a clown fiesta
So-
at that point. I was like, whatever.
I have a quick question. I don't know if you can answer this or if the comms remember, but I'm assuming we did criteria first because you kill the Metroids, and then there's criteria and Meridia, right?
Yes.
How did
so
the-
naturally going to criteria.
How did criteria work out for you? Because I got all the way to the sand hall, and then I tried to do some wild springball jump, and then I just reset all the way back to Meridia, basically.
I kind of tried something, but I just fell.
that's-
So then I ended up reverting. But then I checked everything in criteria before I had to turn around.
Okay.
I actually reverted all the way back to wreck ship.
I did too.
At that point.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we do wreck ship before. I just decided to try to see if I can find something out of Indiana Jones. It was Spazer. I assume you got plasma. So you got you got plasma. So we got. Did you find the Spazer as well in Indiana Jones, or were you like, nah, I'm not gonna? Go
No,
for that?
I didn't go for that. No.
Okay. Yeah. So I had the save in wreck ship because it blanked out, right? And yeah, I also reverted all the way back to wreck ship after. But I don't think I blinded criteria that much. So
Knocked my microphone down.
Yeah, so you had a comfortable lead, large portion in the race. Both of you going across into that sand pits, same thing. You basically followed each other there. Both like 2-3 minutes ahead. The only deciding factor was that Eddie decided to blind into that Metroid 4. Chat saying that you did have a save in Turian, but
I did. Yep.
Okay.
I figured. I mean, Eddie's room right now is like a tropical rainforest, so I know that I didn't think that I was ahead early game because like not going to Croc is kind of bizarre. Thank you for trying to throw for content there.
I try my best.
But yeah, so I figured there's no way. I figured we were tied all the way through. But then once I'm checking all of criteria, I'm assuming it's just over at that point. Not that it's over and not that I'm not trying. It's just it's so terrible, the loop. It just So I obviously respect you as a player and you're the number 1 seed. So I'm not thinking that you're behind in that instance. So
It was a weird seed though, because it's confusing, right? Because like criteria gets really weird because there's an obvious play of like, let's just go to the map, but it's also weird because like our movement is like pretty garbage. So it's like, can we really make it to the map? So then you have to decide like, do I blind the doors along the way, or do I just commit all the way to go to the map, right? And I don't really know. I blinded a few doors, but I did not blind all of them. Like I blinded on the ones that were like immediate. So it's hard to say like what's the play. And then once the map crashes out, essentially, it's like, oh god, like what's the play here, right? And then eventually it's just like, well, we just got to do Meridia because what are we doing here in Criteria at this point? That's how I felt, at least.
Yeah, it's just game 2 just came down to Torian. That's it.
Pretty much.
I made a play for Norfair, larger area. Norfair was huge, and unfortunately, it just had Mother Brain. So that was that was it.
The Metroid room being there is pretty rough.
That's horrendous for me. Like, that's actually the worst scenario.
That's about as worst. That's literally worst case scenario. Yeah.
It is the best scenario for you just dropping down,
Yep,
and
yep.
it's terrible. Yeah, it's tragic.
It's crazy that it's on the way to the map too. It's just there.
It's just there for you, just being spoon fed to you.
I think also what helps is, so you didn't even find the save. Wait, did you find the save in Turian?
Yes. So I figured I was behind, like I said, because
okay.
I didn't think that you had an issue with the early game logic. Once you find charge, you know it's Croc. There's no other option.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I was like, okay, he's probably ahead by a couple minutes. And like I said, I don't think Wreck Ship was that large of an area. You went back for Wreck Ship, right?
No, I didn't have to do. Wait, no, that's game 1.
You
went
went
into the map?
Ship.
You had to have.
Yeah, I
went
went through. Sorry, I was thinking game 1. Game 1, it's you skip Wreck Ship in that one, I think.
Yep. Yeah, so I don't think it's that large of an area. So I was like,
no, it's not.
Torian is probably just condensed right here. Like Main Street probably has a couple like things branching out, and that's probably it. So I took that risk, not sacking for the map there. And obviously, if I would have finished probably around like a 42 or 43, but because that whole loop is awful. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. You missed the Metroid room. It's over.
Yeah.
Both of you got Wreck Ship maps in game 2. It was bare, nothing there.
Yeah, that was fair. It was just something on your mind because you tried to get it at the beginning of the game, so it was kind of weird.
We were all agreeing it's the right play, right? Wreck Ship is by itself. You take a look. Odds are low that it's gonna have something. If it doesn't, you had your save right at the Turian entrance or the vanilla Turian entrance. So it's like
it's twofold. Like first, the map is really close, so just get the close map. But also, there's literally that's also the save area. You have to go down the elevator to grab the save. So before you commit to there's things you want to save because that's the closest one before all the other stuff. So it's like, yeah, doubly the reason to go check Wreck Ship before committing to anything else.
Yeah.
Do we want to go talk about game 1 in detail? I wasn't there for most of it. Spiffy and Divine were on comms for that one, but I do think from what I could glance every now and then, it was an issue of finding power bombs.
Yeah.
I think there was an opportunity to pick them up earlier that Oates didn't get, and then he did get them, but by then it was a little too late. But maybe you guys can shed light on that one.
Yeah. Did you get them at Croc Oats? I can't remember because you asked me about Croc, but I don't know if that's where you got it. Okay.
It was awful. So I did see these X's over here, but obviously everything early game is powerbomb locked.
Yep.
Super locked.
Yep.
When we get supers, where do we get supers again? Do you remember?
We got supers at I don't remember. I'm gonna pull up your stream because there's obviously gonna be a little bit of a delay here, so your stream will have less delay.
Game 1 back to your mind.
They say chat says Metal Pirates.
Did Metal Pirates have soup? Did we have to spark them? That's probably what happened. Maybe. I know we sparked Metal Pirates at some point.
The power bombs has to climb.
Oh yes. Yep. Okay,
yes.
So these were supers.
Those were supers. Were those first supers? Or I think that might have been a second pack. No, those are supers. Yeah, those are first.
No,
supers.
they have to be supers.
Yeah.
So grab those, and then for you decided to go back to Meridia after you got those.
No, so I found Parlor. So we found Spore and stuff, right? Yeah. And I have a feeling Norfair has logical power bombs, but basically I found Spore, and then I thought about it, right? Because Greenman elevator is an elevator, right? And GT is a one-way. I thought there was a reasonable chance the top would connect. So that was on my mind the whole time. So I blinded I blinded all the first doors in Parlor, and then I went back and killed Spore. and I got the map.
You probably killed Spore a lot. I don't know if the commentators know the exact time, but I did end up killing Spore at some point because I figured it did loop because of GT there.
Exactly, yeah.
And yeah, so I figured that had to be the loop.
Yeah.
But I think you did that much sooner than I did.
I didn't
like
blind. I
10
didn't blind
minutes
a whole
in.
lot. So
Oh, okay. So I probably did this 20 minutes in.
yeah,
it
I'm not
was-
really sure, but.
Yeah, this was bad. So yeah, so that's another super pack. And then, so what did you do after that then? How did you, because you didn't get them in Norfair, what did you do?
So if you look back to the left of Bryn, right? I got the map early, but I didn't get any of the majors on the left side of Bryn, right? So I have to collect those 3 majors.
Yeah.
And basically, I'm looking at all the X's I can collect. So I went and collected the X at the top left of Bryn because I'm already there at that point, right?
Yep.
And then that was a super pack. So then I went down.
I did all that as well. But
Yeah. So then I went down and I committed to, I think it was Meridia. I went back into Meridia basically from the left side because I think the map is in that spot as well.
And
So
then you went for these,
yeah, I went for
early
the
supers?
X. Yep.
Yeah.
Basically, that X is also a super.
Yep.
And then I went back to, I went down to Criteria basically because at this point, like I'm not going back to Norfair, right? Like I'm here, so I go down to Criteria. And then I do essentially a clockwise loop. I found my first power bombs at Aqueduct, bottom right. Climb supers, the room. It's crazy how deep it is. It's all the way in the corner of the world. So those are my first power bombs. So I killed Dre, and I like collected the majors along the way, and I grabbed that X. And then I went to Turian. It was so I made my way up from there. I connected into Norfair, and I made my way up.
Yeah.
So I came down to Mother Brain, and then I went all the way back up to Ridley. Then I went back down to Mother Brain. So I didn't feel great about my route. That's why I was wondering, like, oh shoot, if Oates goes up to Norfair and he finds power bombs quick and a solution to deal with everything, I might lose here. So I don't know exactly how it worked out for you. I got to skip wreck ship because I found, when I go into Norfair and I get the map, I know I already have all boss knowledge at that point, so I don't have to do wreck ship. I don't know how bad it was for you. That's if you did that. So
I'll comment on that, I guess. I after we did the early supers, I think I might have reverted actually back here, and then I did spore spawn. So I did, I think, all of that before, and then this was like really deep in when I'm killing spore spawn. So then I get the map, I see Norfair. I still don't have power bombs. I say I kind of have to check Norfair at this point. Going to Norfair from there, and this is kind of, I believe this was kind of a rough map as well to get to. Yeah, well, yeah, it was because you have to start just blinding everything here because it's power bomb door. So then
were you able to
start looking.
find power bombs here? You did,
Yes,
right?
so it's,
where were
it's
they?
right next to Ridley.
Yep.
And this was at 31 minutes. And I almost went in. I was like, this might loop. Let me see. But I decided to turn around there. I would have died.
Oh
And I hadn't
man.
saved for a while. So yeah, this was just awful. And I was thinking, like, the odds of it being at Croc, it probably was Croc. I was saying the whole time in my head. And then there was a small chance that it was all the way back. I mean, obviously, the chance increases in our minds every super missile pack we get that it was all the way back. So then I was like, I bet Eddie did not take this Norfair route. If he did, who knows where we're at. But if,
Did you do wreck
he
ship?
went back, no, I did not. I didn't find it even.
So I'm
once I
wondering-
found this,
How bad is this? So I'm trying to think of like how bad this actually is.
it's pretty bad because you're having to blind everything and you run into dead ends with power bomb doors.
Yeah.
Dead end after dead end after dead end, and then you have to just pick every single door.
Yeah, I'm wondering how bad the blinds are because if you're up here and you can kill both bosses, that's ideal because then you finish at Mother Brain. But like, I don't know how bad it is to like have to blind at everything. The fact that there's power bombs up here seems like it could work out if you somehow find it fast. But
If you kill Spore Spawn immediately and then go into Norfair, then potentially, like if you would have done that route into Norfair and then blinded that somewhat quick, yeah, there's a chance. But the problem is once you do bottom left of Bubble Mountain, you realize this long haul probably doesn't connect to that. So then you try to check the top left and you check the middle right. You see these dead ends. this is what happened. Just constant
Yeah,
dead
you
ends
can't get the
with
map.
no saves.
You can't get the
There's
map.
no
That's
yes,
rough.
there's no actual save here. So
Yeah.
then you're just stuck checking everything, and it's all power bomb doors.
Yep. So you'd have to just
So-
you'd have to spike the middle left door or the second door from the bottom left. That would be huge if you could do
It's-
that, but that's hard.
It's really rough if you just don't go back to the bottom right of the world, to get those. So yeah, kind of some rough seeds. So
Yep.
I don't know if the commentators have any questions. Sorry, we just yap and yap.
Yeah, just keep yapping if you want.
Yapping brings the viewers. Don't you guys know that?
But overall, it was fun. I would have loved the game 3. I don't think I played the greatest, but at the end of the day, I don't want to take myself too seriously. It was fun, and I think my biggest match that I needed to win was Zeb, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
advances me pretty well into the lower bracket.
Yep.
To where I don't have to face one of the higher seeds. If I would have lost against Zeb, I face one of the higher seeds.
Yeah, at the point where we were in the Zeb round, essentially the match before our round. At this point, everything you win is just gravy, I think. But like the one before means you have to face so many people that are like highly capable of just winning the whole thing. At this point,
Yeah.
because it
I think
gets
anyone
at this point it gets
point.
it becomes kind of a coin toss, almost.
Yeah. Yep. Well, but yeah, it was fun. Couple of fun matches. Sorry, I wish I could have brought it to a game 3, guys, but is what it is.
Any other questions, Divine?
No.
Final words from Oates and Eddie?
Just thanks for commentating, and thanks everyone that's putting this together. I know it's a lot of hard work. I say this every single time, but appreciate you. Hope everyone's enjoying the tournament, and looking forward to future matches. So, GG's, Eddie.
GG Oats. It's the only time we get to be cordial to each other, each other, and then after we get off of the main stage, that's when we start yapping and verbally attacking each other. But
Yeah, don't come into my stream after this. You don't want to hear what I'm about to say.
we're gonna keep it
I mean-
professional for now.
Throughout game 1, we saw you having some choice words at the camera that we can't repeat here.
What? Yeah. Once I realized like the progression possibilities, I wasn't happy because I know Sweaty Eddie took the probably the one of like 3 better routes that there is. So. All right. Yep. GG's. Thanks.
GG's.
everyone.
Thanks, comms. Thanks, tracking. GG.
Well, we do know that you guys will be facing each other at least one more time in a Super Metroid capacity. Congratulations on your guys' GDQ match. But that's farther down the road. We still have plenty more Super Metroid randomized multi-category to go. Thank you, Divine and NN, for the comms and the tracking as always. Oates, Eddie, thank you for bringing the fire as always. We'll see you guys on future runs, of course. As for the impending schedule,
All right, friends. GG. I should have thrown game 2. So we'd have had game 3, no objectives. That's the classic. Shuffler! Nah, I gotta sign off. I'm literally going on a plane. First trip. First plane ride with the kid. Tomorrow. Shuffler now! Okay, has there been a lot of attacking with each other? I had all the alerts muted and everything. What's the leaderboard look like? Wait, Xylix still has a 31 KD. You better be here all month, Xylix, if you want to stay number 1. Yeah, you won't hear the shots because I had them muted. Yo, the Pennsylvania Lobsters. Insight into your thought process and escape in a second. Factored. I think going down straight to the map is probably fine, but the problem is down doors don't lead to ship. So very common like offenders of like connections to ship are West Ocean and Everest. Those are very commonly connected to ship. So From the moment I find West Ocean, I sort of just think I have to blind the left and right doors. Because the door transitions don't count down the time, right? So I'm like, well, I think I just have to. I have like 40 seconds left. So it's like, the ship can't be like that far away from me, if that makes sense. Right? So it just feels like I should take the left and right doors of West Ocean. And then I find Everest and I'm like, well, I feel like I should do the same thing here. But after this, you know, after the second fail, it's just like, I'm just gonna go straight to the map. It's not too far from distance here. If I get the map, I might be able to come back up and get the ship anyway. I might be able to still get on the landing site. In hindsight, I just go straight to the map. I should have just went straight to the map, but those Everest and West Ocean are very commonly connected to ship. So yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping he doesn't, Data Plat. Did I see your Monka? Yeah, I did. I did. Good luck with O'Hare. O'Hare's fine. I don't think I'm actually flying O'Hare. Snore. Midway, Southwest, baby. VIP still gone. Okay, Xylix, if you're... Ostrich, why did you do that? I mean, I'm down, but like, why did you do... I'm literally signing off. Why not? I'm not streaming tomorrow. I'm not... It's not... The value! You're not getting much value out of that. Okay, fine. Alright, do what you want, bro. Nice shot. It's the principle. Okay, you know what? Nice shot. See ya, Omnilisk. I'll see you next week. Don't tell me I don't waste my money. Alright, you do you. You do you, bro. Good job. Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna press it any further, Xylix. I'm not pressing it any further.
At Lord Ostra.
Can you leave the bot running? I'll leave the bot running. I can't promise. If it crashes, I'm not gonna be able to reboot it, but yeah, I'll leave the bot running. Mandu Buck's coming in hot. 23? I'm not sure. Exclamation mark alerts. Thanks, game.
Nice shot.
Alright, friends. I gotta sign off. Paguni bought me a filet-o-fish. I gotta eat this. And a large Coke. Thanks for the nice shot. Friends, I'm gonna raid Oats. It looks like he's doing the whole like math guy thing where he's like doing this thing right now, explaining why I got lucky. So we're gonna raid Oats. Give us the real game analysis. Hold. Okay, you guys ready? Alright, friends. I love you all. Thank you for the support. I will see you all next week, Saturday. Okay? Right into the shuffler. And then I'm probably going to be playing low ice. I'll be grinding low ice when I get back. Okay. I love you all. Maybe Ostrich. Thank you, thank you. GG, friends. Give us the real game analysis. Hold. Peace out, friends. Love you all. Thanks for watching.